Welcome to my channel where we discuss all things and everything politics, especially the 2023 presidential election. And as I keep saying, if you're a follower of this YouTube channel, I keep saying that I'll keep on emphasizing on the 2023 presidential election because the presidential election is the most important of all the elections, and the president of Nigeria is the most powerful president in the world. So it is important that we emphasize on it so that the right candidate can emerge. But there's a new development in the political space, which, if it succeeds, there may be a radical change in the presidential candidates, especially in the APC and PDP. And if that were to happen, it means that Rivers State may end up producing presidential candidates of the two major political parties in Nigeria, the APC and the PDP. In that case, it means that Chibuike Amaechi will emerge the presidential candidate of APC, and Nyesom Wike, governor of Rivers State, will emerge the presidential candidate of the PDP. All things being equal. Now, this is at the genesis. We are going to look at the genesis of this postulation. And before we do that, if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel, hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you will be among the first to know. God bless you. Now, you know that the former Minister of State for Education, Emeka Nwajiuba, has gone to court to ask the court to disqualify the presidential candidate of APC and the presidential candidate of PDP. Now we are going to look at what it is all about. Then I will now tell you why Amaechi and Nyesom Wike may emerge as the presidential candidates of these two parties. And Nwajiuba has gone to court in Abuja demanding that the court should void the election of Bola Tinubu as the presidential candidate of the APC. In the suit marked FHC ABJ CS 942-2022, which he filed alongside the Incorporated Trustees of Rights for All International, a non-governmental organization, is also praying the court to disqualify Atiku Abubakar, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, over breach of the Electoral Act. Other defendants in the matter are the APC, PDP, the Attorney General of the Federation, and the Independent National Electoral Commission. The plaintiffs in the suit, filed through their lawyers, Ekere Nnamdi, allege that the primary that produced Tinubu as the APC presidential candidate was tainted by corruption and widespread vote buying, adding that majority of the delegates were bought over with dollars. In his proof of evidence attached to the suit, Nwajiuba, who pulled one vote at the primary, which which held on June 8, attached a video clip showing where Rotimi Amaechi, former transportation minister, complained that delegates at the APC primary sold their votes. The plaintiffs also queried Tinubu's source of income and his educational qualification. They urged the court to declare that the third defendant, Tinubu, who had previously sworn affidavit in the INEC nomination form declaring that he lost his primary and secondary documents and benefited therefrom, cannot in a letter affidavit deny and abandon same facts deposed in the provisions affidavits, previous affidavits, and thus falsely contradicting his academic qualifications. Copies of the affidavit Tinubu signed while running for governor of Lagos on the platform of the Alliance for Democracy were supplied by the plaintiffs. That the entire circumstances surrounding the two depositions of the third defendant point to the fact that they are false and misleading and cannot be relied upon, they said. That the possession of a higher degree does not substitute the minimum requirement of law, where the minimum academic requirement is manifestly absent by an avowed fact. That the possession of a higher education qualification, such as a first degree or master's degree, is predicated on the minimum educational qualification as provided in the Constitution. Among other things, the plaintiffs prayed the courts to determine whether the APC is exempted from compliance with Section 90, Subsection 3 of the Electoral Act 2022, having presented the third defendant, Tinubu, as his presidential candidate to the sixth defendant, INEC, and the sixth defendant accepted and published same being the name of a person whose source of 100 million naira contribution fee for nomination form and expression of interest form was not verified. The plaintiffs also want the court to determine whether the constitutional provision prescribing the academic qualification of school certificate or its equivalent has been complied with by the third defendant, who on oath has admitted that he does not possess such minimum qualification prescribed in the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria. For Atiku, the plaintiffs allege that he engaged in vote buying. They want the court to determine whether the conduct of the third and fourth defendants, Tinubu and Atiku, and their agents, who by way of corrupt inducement of delegates with US dollars, which being a foreign currency and non-legal tender in Nigeria under the CBN Act, and the possession, which requires declaration under the EFCC Act, used the dollar for the inducement of voters in favor of the third and fourth defendants, have rendered the votes of such delegates cast in favor of the third and fourth defendants at the first and second defendants' special convention illegal, void, and invalid, and of no effect whatsoever, and thus inhibiting the third and fourth defendants from benefiting from proceeds of their own gross illegality. Now, this matter has been fixed for October 6th for hearing by the presiding judge. Now, what are the implications of this suit? If you look at this suit very well, it has expressed some of the concerns that many people have felt about the emergence of Atiku and Tinubu as presidential candidates of the various political parties. And it is a good thing that this NGO and Nwajiuba had gone to court to seek clarification. Now, if this case is to go if he goes the way of Nwajiuba and the NGO, who is going to benefit? Can Nwajiuba, who scored only 1 vote, be declared the winner, since he is the one that went to court? Is he going to be declared the winner if Tinubu is disqualified? Because what he is asking from the court is this: all the votes gotten by Tinubu are illegal votes. They were votes of inducement, votes bought with dollars. If you take it out, is that enough for Nwajiuba to emerge the presidential candidate of APC? No. If you look at the Electoral Act and what is there, and based on the demands of Nwajiuba, Nwajiuba did not declare. I didn't see anywhere where he demanded to be declared the presidential candidate of APC. All he was demanding was the disqualification of Tinubu and Atiku. And in case of APC, where he participated, that's disqualification of Tinubu. That's what he's asking for. He's not demanding that the court should declare him. Because when you make a demand to a court, you can say, okay, after disqualifying my opponent, declare me the winner. Just the same way that Hope Uzodinma, in seeking the disqualification or the cancellation of the results of the PDP governor of Imo State, he demanded that the court, after cancelling the result of should declare him, Uzodinma, the governor of Imo State. And that was what the court actually did after cancelling some votes allocated to Ihedioha. In this case, Nwajiuba did not expressly ask the court to declare him the candidate of the party. And in fact, if you follow his demand and the evidence he presented, he used Chibuike Amaechi as evidence. The video of what Chibuike Amaechi said about the APC convention, that the delegates sold their votes and they sold it to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. In that case, perhaps as this case goes on, there may be need for the court to invite Chibuike Amaechi to come and give evidence. Okay, since he was a participant in the primary. Now, if this case succeeds and Tinubu is disqualified, it therefore means that Nwajiuba will not be the beneficiary of the disqualification of Tinubu. Who the beneficiary of this is going to be former Minister of Transportation, Chibuike Amaechi, because it means that you know that in the primary election of the APC, Tinubu won with 1,271 votes of the delegates. Now, if the courts cut away these votes, because they are votes of inducement, votes of corruption, and then the other votes stand, Chibuike Amaechi, who came second with only 316 votes, will emerge the presidential candidate of APC. That will be interesting to see. Now, similarly, if the PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, is disqualified by the courts, the Rivers State Governor, Nyesom Wike, will emerge the presidential candidate of PDP. under the Electoral Act 2022. You know, in the PDP presidential primary, Atiku won with 371 votes, while Nyesom Wike came second with 237 votes. So if you cut off the tainted and corruptly induced votes of Atiku Abubakar, Nyesom Wike emerges the presidential candidate of the PDP under the Electoral Act. Now, if this happens, they used to say that the court is the last hope of the common man. If the court plays its role and this were to happen, what it means is this: Rivers State would have succeeded in producing 2 presidential candidates ahead of 2023 presidential election. This will be an unprecedented development that has never happened in the history of Nigerian politics, that one state could produce presidential candidates for the 2 biggest political parties in the country. Don't forget that APC has, the Labour Party, has emerged in recent time as a major force because of the influence and the impact of the peterobi movement. They are new in terms of being in the consciousness of Nigerians, Labour Party. PDP and APC have captured the consciousness of Nigerians for a long time. So it will be unprecedented in Nigeria's political history if Rivers State is to produce 2 presidential candidates ahead of 2023 presidential election in 2 major political parties. Let us see how this pans out. We know that the courts in Nigeria, sometimes they surprise us. Sometimes they surprise us positively, negatively. People have lost their position as state governors and they have gone to court and they got a mandate that excited the people, like the kind of mandate that Peter got back when he was impeached as governor of Anambra State. Those kind of Supreme Court judgments excited many Nigerians. Okay? But there are sometimes the court will give verdicts that Nigerians will be scratching their head. Like what happened to Governor Ihedioha of Imo State when he was removed from office by the Supreme Court. And those of them who came forth in the election emerges the governor of Imo State. So let's keep our fingers crossed and see what will come out, the final outcome of this. Because one, this court judgment, when this court judgment will finally be gotten, because I suspect this will get to the Supreme Court, it will determine the role of money in our politics, the role of foreign currency in our politics, and the role of educational qualification in our politics, and the role of candidates when they are filling their forms. What you feel this year and you change it after 4 years could have serious implications for your political future. And it also brings to question the electorates of Nigeria. What are they thinking? What do they think of a man who declared that he lost his primary documents, primary and secondary school documents, when he was governor? Now he wants to be president. He said he never attended primary and secondary. It's all left for the voters to decide the kind of leader they want. They say that a country or a society deserves the kind of leadership it has. Thank you for watching this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button. Hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you.